Good afternoon, my paint pouring cellmate, shall I call you? Seem to like that name. I have got quite a large canvas to do, and it is for somebody I'm not going to mention because they do watch this on my channel. So I'm just going to say that it's a large canvas and I haven't got anything that I can stand my camera on far enough away to get the whole of the canvas in. I mean, it's not extremely large. It's 50.8 by 101.6 centimeters. So that's the size of the canvas. These are the colour palette. Take no notice of them. That was just messing around. It's quite bland for me, but I know this person will like that colours. So yeah, still not feeling the best, but I want to just get out here for my own sake because I love doing it. So sorry that I can't get the whole of canvas in, but everything will be within your view. So I'll just try my best. See how we go. So this will be a centre swipe because that's what I've been asked for. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover the whole of the canvas. These were all Mont Studio acrylics. This was white and I added a little bit of the orange to send it like the sort of very pale peach. So what I want to do is try and cover most of my canvas with this. And just basically, I will be rubbing this all in with my fingers. It's my base coat for this pour, but I know some people say, oh, you put an undercoat. This isn't an undercoat, this is just the style I want to do. My canvases, when I buy them, or 9 times out of 10 in Australia, they come pre-coated, so you don't have to do anything to them. I'm not sure if it's the same in every other country, but that's how they come here. So this I'm just going to get in and use my fingers. Finger painting, yeah, so you can get the sides covered and everything covered with your fingers. You can do it all nicely with a spatula. Where am I getting that? Got a bit of blue coming in there. It must be off my gloves. Oh no. It's all right. Nothing's a problem. It'll go. It'll be part of the work. Okay. Just started rubbing paint and out the flies come. And I keep saying I've got to get a fly screen for my door, but keep forgetting all about it. So it's something I've got to write on a list. Otherwise, when I go out, I just forget it. So it's just relax and enjoy the process. And there's a bug just landed straight in it. Okay, flick him out. It's all good. All good. No stressing. Just enjoy the process. So this big finger painting that I'm doing, or just rubbing in this coat, doesn't harm, doesn't do anything. Just try and get it as level as you possibly can, but it'll self-level itself. So just trying to make sure it's got the same amount in every spot. But if you haven't, all good, all good, no worries. Okay, let's just put that on. That's a good base there to make my other paint slide around. You don't have to do it this way. You can just layer all your colours like you've seen me do before and go from there, but today is going to be a little bit different. So this is the Mont Studio Acrylics orange, but I had it half orange and half white to send it like this sherbet colour. This is the Mont orange full strength, which I've got. So you'll see, I just like customizing my paints up or down colours to get different shades out of the one out of the one paint colour, I suppose. So, like a big sherbet. This reminds me of sherbet. Notice all quiet today. My husband's finished making the carport that so noisily went ahead the last few weeks. We've got to finish off cladding the outside of the carport and doing few more renovations around the property, which is what we do. So that was I'm going to put in some of this real, the bright orange. So if you're in Australia, you can get the Mont paints, well, the 2 litre paints I get because it's so much more cost effective. There's an online art supplier that I love, Family Business. So their link will be in the drop down box in the bottom of this video if you're in Australia. If you're in the United States, you can get Mont paints on Amazon. These 2 litre paints, I mean, they're great because the tubes are fine if you're only doing, you know, small paintings, but if you're doing a lot of work like I do, and a lot of every day I'm painting nearly, so it's sort of beneficial to get the 2 litre ones, which I love. Now, okay, good go. Now I'm going the burnt umber in here. So you can be thinking about what colour she's going to swipe with today. That will give you a bit of a thing to mull over for a little while. What is she going to swipe with today? So kind of these are like the American, well you call it fall colours in America, don't you? Or we would call it autumn here in Australia. Autumny colours so far. So probably shouldn't use too much of that because it will take over, but never mind. Now this was a custom green that I made out of, I firstly added white and then I added green deep, just little bits of blobs until I got the colour that I wanted. I suppose it's not avocado, definitely not an avocado colour. Like a sage green, I suppose that would be. So that's going in here too. That's going in, sure is. Yeah. I'm going to get in a right mess, you see, when I start tilting this, because I'm just going to tilt it onto this plastic underneath. I haven't got the pea pads down, but we'll see how we go. Okay, that. Just a little bit of this. It's like a coffee. I've just added, it was white and I add some of the burnt umber. It's just like a coffee colour. So probably could do with only a bit of this. Oh, good. Oh, good. It is quite amazing how everything will show its own face in this and come up. So I think that's that, because this is long, it's going to be a little bit more cumbersome to tilt, so I've just got to try and do it very slowly because I don't want it to all just suddenly rush off. So trying to do it a little bit slower, she says. Come on, honey, start moving. Fly, flip off. There is, the door's going to slam now. There's definitely something obviously in paint that flies love, because I hear lots of people say that they have the same problem. Flies love paint, so it's a bit weird. I'd like to know the reason why, but this is feeling a bit heavy now to tilt. Sorry if I'm getting it out of frame, but I want to kind of do the best outcome for the actual piece and not worry too much about what you guys are seeing at the moment. I don't want to ruin this big canvas, so I'm just kind of trying to concentrate on the okay, just recentering your paint as much as you can. I don't like to worry too much about the ends covering, you know, paint running over the sides or ends, because it is something that you can correct afterwards, rather than the risk of spoiling what you've got as your main focus on top. You know, you don't want to try and cover everything, your sides and your ends, if you're going to spoil what your main focus in the top of your work. Ooh, so just giving it a tilt around too does mix the colours, you know, with one another and create their own story in there. Yeah, this is, I don't know if I'm feeling weak or this is feeling overly heavy, but now I just want to recenter the paint again. Ooh, okay, not sure. Try and just use some of the paint that you've had drip off to finger pop around the edges. No worries about it, just give it a finger pop. And I want to thank you guys so much for all the get well wishes and the support from subscribing and watching my YouTube videos. I'm so thankful for the 99% good feedback. So, have a think about what I'm going to swipe with. Think in my head. Crazy head. Sorry that this is not all in the... So unless I get sent a nice big, what do you call it? I have got a, I don't know what you call them, what you hold the camera on. Tripod. But it's still not high enough, and I haven't got an area that I can put it, stand it on. Anyway, that's my woes. But that's the reason why I can't get the whole thing in a frame. Okay, what's she gonna swipe it with? Have a big fat guess. Alrighty. I'm going to swipe it in a really dark green deep, it's called, dark green. So, freaking out, you people, freaking, I know you would be, as you say, and you think, oh, what mess you're going to come up with now. But I've got to be guided by what I feel will be okay. I feel it be okay, but I'm not always right, as you all know. Things turn out and then I don't like them, but that's all good. Now I need to have something that I can wipe my swipey tool, my swipe sheet on. So I'm going to put one piece out. So okay, plastic file divider, that's what I use. Absolutely perfect swipe tool. So I'll start at one end and come over. So I'm sorry if I'm out of the frame slightly at the one end. Oh, made a bit of a gap there, but never mind. All this paint I have made up as I do. I make my paint up 24 hours before I use it, if not more. I make all the paint up and I add the silicone. My pouring recipe and what I do will be in the drop down box, any info. So just press on the link underneath my video for the info into how I mix my paints, if that's what you want to do. So that's why I write it on there, so I haven't got to answer like 50 different people. But look at those, oh my goodness, look at those cells. This is a bit of a cheeky one, isn't it, this? I don't think I've done these colours in a while, or even probably not actually. Oh yeah, I have done something similar, and I will get it down in a minute and show you. It turned out beautiful. Okay, at this white, people. Oh, it's gorgeous. Actually gorgeous. Okay. Just taking it nice and easy, just relax, enjoy it. This is what this, you know, as my good friend said, she gets so stressed out and she shakes and everything before she pours and swipes. I said, you got it. This is therapy, not torture. So just relax. It's the worst that can happen? It's just paint. You can swipe it off. Scrape it off. Oh, okay. That's, I've got to try and, I'm trying to swipe from the other side, and I've got a painting that's drying here, so I don't want to lean my shirt into that. I'm not going to worry about the bits that I miss out, so I can go back and do those. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. All good. What I shall probably do with this is just after I've left it to, after I've torched it, which I'll do next, I would just leave it then for a good hour or so and come back, and by that time the cells will have either stretched out. That green will have caused it to look like a negative space around the other cells, and I will either, well, my friend wants it embellished with balloon kisses and rolls, so that is what I will do. She said she absolutely loves it, so, and these are her colours, so I just didn't want to put any pressure on myself, so I didn't tell her I was going to do it. I'm just doing it because I seem to stress out when I'm doing that, I can't, that it won't turn out how they like, or so I'm not gonna, when you do commissions, which I don't know what, maybe an age thing, 'cause I never used to get nervous about things like that, but look at that. Ooh, it looks, actually, you could put a really nice reflection like of, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it right, oh no, sorry, I'll stay with me, I'll put the torch over it. I'm getting ahead of myself. If you haven't got one of these torches, you can use the little creme brulee torch or a heat gun, but if you're using one of these, you must have a fire extinguisher, just in case, and you must be confident. So I'm just going to kind of wave it over. I'll go down the centre where the paint is the thickest. I mean, the cell, look at the cells that were already up on their own before I did anything. So I'm sort of dabbing it to get, this is how I get my cluster effects. But I like this, doing this, because as the paint absorbs into the canvas and dries a little, that swipe colour causes like it basically looks like a negative space, and encircles the cells. So, wowee, that is looking pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. I'll give you a close-up, and then the magic of the camera, I'll be back in a few seconds. Well, I'll leave it for an hour or so. Oh, sorry that I haven't got all of that. Look at that, because it's quite a long canvas, and I have not got the tripod or a facility that puts it up nice and tall. So look at those cells. Like they're just floating like a 3D effect. Now, if you love that effect, you'd leave it exactly as it is. If you if you like that effect and you want to try and mimic it, leave now. But if not, you want to see what it looks like with some balloon embellishment, then continue watching. Okay, I'm back again for some balloon rolls on this big baby. So I will do a few, and hopefully they're in the frame of this canvas. So the next stage begins. So doing some balloon kissing and balloon rolling. So get my My balloon isn't, the balloon's not too big for this, so I'll just see how we go. It's an odd shaped balloon. Okay, that's not, still probably could do with a little bit of drying. But I'll do a few while I've got you here. Okay, keep wiping it off in between rolls so I don't get the muddy effect. I wanted to do a big one through it, but I think I might need to, oh, that's nice, blow up a bigger balloon. Yeah, it's a bit, I mean, it's gone a bit, whether I've made up the mixture a bit, a bit thinner because the cells have stretched out. But I often like that just to give a different, because it gives a certain movement and it all forms its own place, and you know, I don't mind that at all. So see what. Yeah, it kind of needs to dry off a bit more, but I just wanted to show you. It has been about an hour now, but obviously this is quite do a different kind of a roll. Yeah, it's still quite wet. So, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what the possibilities were, and what I'll do is I will post some dry photos on my, well, I'll put some at the end of this video, hopefully. And then I'll post more photos on my Acrylic Art by Julie Cube Facebook page if you want to go there. But if you're happy enough to give this a go, what I've done to this, up to this stage, then yeah, it's quite nice. I really need to leave it to dry off probably a bit more before I do any more balloon kissing, because as you see, it's falling in. But sometimes that's a good thing because it creates a different look. It creates like dragonflies and a butterfly look, and they all seem to, oh, it just ends up creating its own story really in the end. Oh, that's gone a bit messy. But yeah, I just thought I'd come back and let you see what the opportunities were to take your work to the next level. So I'll leave it right there. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't already do so, please do so. Watch my videos, let me know what you think of this piece. It was, as you can see, quite a large piece. Couldn't get it all in the frame. Ooh. I will do a little bit more balloon embellishing, but I will wait till it dries a little bit further because the paint is quite wet. So again, thank you so much for watching, and see you again next time. Just thought I'd add this little video to the end because I couldn't quite get the whole thing in the shot of the whole canvas. So as you see, it's quite a large canvas. So I've kind of finished doing my balloon kissing and rolling, and now I'll just leave it to dry. But it's very beautiful, very beautiful. It's looking really whimsical, sort of some kind of whimsical garden going on in this piece, which is nice. So yeah, just thought I'd add this little bit to the end of the video of me making this whole piece, just to show you what I finished doing with the balloon. I'm not going to do any more. It's still quite wet, but I'm going to leave. I'm quite happy with this. So it's a nice big canvas to do, but just hard to video. So thanks for joining me.